blocks, dunks, personality, dancing. These are all things that Joel Embiid is known for, but today I'm going to highlight a part of his game that doesn't get talked about enough and how that part of his game enables him to be as great as ever. And before I begin, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. For as good as he's been in the past, he's always had his fair share of troubles with turnovers for various reasons. Poor passing judgment, poor handles, thinking that the ref was the player. So aside from the tape, let's take a quick look at the numbers. So as you can see, last year he actually averaged only 2.8 assists and had more assists per game than turnovers. However, this season he's greatly improved his passing, increasing it to 4.3 assists per game, while also reducing his turnovers per game. In fact, he's improved so much that Doc Rivers compared him to Tom Brady, but I don't know about that. And then when you compare his numbers to the other centers in the league, he is just as impressive. He is 4th in the NBA in passing centers. And then more impressively, when you reorder the list to account for turnovers, he's 1st. So let's look into how he's getting these passing numbers, and later in the video I'll show you how his passing opens up the rest of his game. So first of all, he's been really good at finding those open cutters that are cutting towards the hoop, and also finding players in the dunker spot, especially off of a post-up, such as this play. And then off of high-low actions, he's able to find the open man, in this case, Niang. And then what's really impressive is that he's still able to find the open man after dribbling or after a series of dribble moves. And this is just so unconventional for a center to do. And then you can see almost every single time he touches the ball, there's a double team. And he's been in the league for about 6 years now. He's seen it all, and he's gotten a lot more comfortable with the double teams, and he knows where everyone is on the court. And so it allows him freedom to make those kind of passes, the no-look passes, and he's so much more comfortable. And besides finding players open under the hoop, he's also able to find open shooters. And some of these plays are fairly simple, such as the one to Joe and here to Niang. But other times, he makes a lot more cross-court passes, such as this one to Curry. And then again, it's just really impressive to see a guy this size, a center, to be able to find the open players despite moving or dribbling, and it really just goes to show his improved vision and dedication to the game. And his willingness to throw no-look passes, such as this one to Korkmaz, or even throwing cross-court passes like this one to Curry. It just shows that he's a lot more comfortable than he's ever been. So the 76ers used to have a 6'11" point guard that ran the fast break for them. But he's not here right now. So Embiid decides to take on that role himself. So after a defensive exchange, he brings the ball up in transition, hands it open to a cutter. And other times, he finds open shooters. And who better than Seth Curry? He also does a good job in pushing the ball forward, such as this one to Curry again. And if he can't find anyone open, he initiates the offense himself and gets the job done. And then instead of getting stripped of the ball like in seasons past, his handles have really improved, and it's showing. And then he's also getting assists from pick and rolls, which is sort of the beauty of having a point guard who could score at different levels, such as Tyrese Maxey, and something that you couldn't really otherwise do with Ben Simmons. And see, as you see here, after that initial pass from Maxey, he's able to flare out to the three-point line, and Embiid finds him. And if he can't find anyone open, or he just wants to take it for himself, he could easily score anyway. And he's just so dominant down low, it's nearly impossible to stop. And if he sees a double team coming, he's really not afraid to step back and take the shot. And even in traffic and with multiple guys guarding him, his release point is so high and it's such a smooth jumper. And the reason why his improvement in the passing game is so crucial is that it opens up the rest of his game. And because teams now know that doubling him may not always be the best option, Embiid capitalizes on that, especially in isolation play. When you think about post-ups, he's first in the league, scoring 1.1 points per possession on a post-up. And in the clutch, he's really come through, scoring 5.7 points per game in those clutch moments. And both of these are first in the NBA. And specifically in the clutch stat, he's not only first, he is first by a lot, and second place comes a lot further. And you can see here it's a much harder decision for teams on whether to double or not, and oftentimes they're caught in the middle. And here you can see that initial double, but then he has to go back because he can't leave his man open. And on this play, he gets a nice steal inside, no double, and he's all alone to finish. And then in these next few plays against the Heat, you see that they really don't try to make a concerted effort to double him, probably in part because they know that he can pass. And so basically he gets a one-on-one situation with his defender, and he's able to cash in. And as an interesting fact, he's recently been talking about how he's studied Kobe, Jordan, and Dirk Nowitzki over the offseason. And so now that his passing game has opened up the rest of his game and he's been able to get more isolation opportunities, you can see really his dedication paying off here. Some other things that the Sixers try to do is put Embiid in the middle, near the free throw line. And in this spot in the court, it's really easy to find an open man. And so it makes it so much harder for the other teams to double, and especially given Embiid's newfound passing ability. So there you have it, guys. Embiid's most underrated skill, I think, is his passing. And he's really gotten so much better, and he's able to find the open cutters, the open shooters a lot more often, especially when doubled. And this has really opened up his game and improved his isolation game as well. And lastly, a lot of credit is due to his teammates, who's able to make the shots, make the layups off of his passes. And this season, he's really credited them in his ability to make plays. So if you like content like this, please do like and subscribe to the channel, and I appreciate your support.